Hello and welcome to today's free trading video and market analysis. I'm your host, Kenny, Senior Research Analyst with the MiniAnalyst.com. First thing we're looking at is a chart of the E-mini S&P 500 futures front month contract. This is now the December. Looking at a close of last print, of 1244.25, had a opening gap lower in the market, and we've just tried to come up and fill that gap. If you can see right here, we've gotten to about a high 46.75. The gap coming in around 49 to 50, so we haven't quite got there. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly happens here because generally, if we don't fill the entire gap, we're probably going to go lower. Obviously, markedly lower. If we do fill the gap, we could just chop around a little bit and hopefully eventually break it for all the bulls out there, which most people are generally bullish. They have portfolios. So we do. What do we have here? The reason we don't really have a conclusive indication is we just have pure neutrality. It doesn't get any more neutral than this, and this, folks. We are dead set neutral. The market's down 7.5 on the day. The only real tradable and very nice day, at least from a trend following perspective, was the Tuesday move. A terrific turnaround Tuesday. As you can see here, we were fully bearish in all indicators, and once we see that deceleration, had the negative divergence there on the open, bearish the previous day here, but once you started to see the slide, the break of the trend, the failure to get above resistance of 1270, the bounce right here, and the failure to break above, the break of the trend right here, and of course down here, deceleration, acceleration of the descending trend, and the bearishness. You had a nice move of, let's see, we'll call it 1260 down to about 1230. So a nice 30-point move in the E-mini S&Ps, and it was a nice little second entry. Retest of the trend from the underside against this horizontal support resistance, trying to hold the low of the prior day. Just couldn't do it and just broke on down and accelerated and finished near the low of the day. So that was a good day. And but since then, it's just been choppy. As you can see here, we are in a choppy mix. And where's the market? Well, it opened right there around 1240. We're at 1245. So a lot of whippy moves. Look at this day yesterday. This was, Wednesday. Just very choppy moves, very volatile. Trying to get a hold on things yesterday, just couldn't really do it. Had a nice move to the upside. It was a nice little genuine uptrend today, or yesterday actually, with the opening gap lower, the bear trap, and the close at the high of the day. What does that portend? Not much particularly. We are certainly bullish. If we get above 1255 here, that would be great. The trend is up, but neutrality, not much support in our indicators. And so there you have it. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the daily chart. Chart of the S&P 500 cash index. We'll clean that up a little bit. And there you have it. Where are we? Well, we're still officially bearish. 50% bearish here, 30% bearish there, 20% bearish there. Intermediate term neutral, arguably bearish. Short term bearish. In terms of momentum, in terms of directional movement, short-term bearish here still, and actually gaining a little bit of support. We do have this starting to move up, and once we get 3 higher closes, that becomes an official bearish bias, or support of whatever direction the market's moving, and currently that's bearish. We do have some very choppy moves. As you can see, the ATR has rolled up for the month of September, which makes for a very choppy market, and as you can see, wild move, wild move, wild move, wild move, and just choppy move. So this was an impressive low-level ET sell signal. This was Tuesday's print right there. Hope you guys can see that. But yeah, we've just gotten some very choppy moves. We could go to 76, but obviously the trend remains lower. Our official market timing stance remains bearish. We are just trying to hold in terms of price technical movement this prior low. We actually didn't quite reach that low, which, as you've often heard us mention, if we don't actually hit the low and we stop short, we're probably going to break the low. We've mentioned that a few times, and looks like that may be what's happening here. We hope not, but if it moves, we will trade it. Speaking of which, we do have our fiscal updated returns over the last 3 months, and we're going to go ahead and switch over and take a look at those for should be right there. Oh. Okay, so sorry for that delay. Here you see the homepage, MiniAnalyst.com. Just go to 2008 updated portfolio returns. A lot of people just go through the products, and sometimes they miss this, even though it's right here as well. You can go either here or here. Click here for 2008 returns. Another banner year for the MiniAnalyst.com. We're going to go ahead and just flip there. So this is as of August of 2008, and as you can see, it's been a banner 4 months for the MiniAnalyst.com. We have the Matte Black portfolio up 399%. Against a maximum drawdown risk of 28.95%. This includes $26 per round turn for both slippage and commission for every trade, round turn that is, and so every 2 trades. And then we have a total of 30 contracts trading here for the Matte Black. This is a $100,000 portfolio. And as you can see, it's been a banner 4 months, so the market's the system's really performing well. That's the Matte Black. It's certainly one of our most diversified portfolios. And as we would mention, and this actually has a new edition of the Swing System 9.0 ES, and I believe we may have an Evo. No Evo ER and no Evo ES. Okay, just checking. So this is our new Evo that we've decided to include, but it's not in the Matte Black. We may not have actually included it in any of these, but here's the Delta Black. These are for, we have a lot of clients that want to go in aggressive at 80K for the Delta Black or the Matte Black, and so what do we have for that? Well, we have a Delta Black portfolio, which is like the Matte Black, only less exposure and less risk, and has one could argue a better reward risk profile. 399% against 29%. 475% is the return for the Delta Black portfolio against roughly the same maximum drawdown, actually less. So definitely the portfolio to trade right here. We'll talk about that in a second. We're having a special on that. We're running out of time. There is the Delta Black. If you'd like to subscribe to that today, you can save an additional $500. Just enter in. This is $3,500 for 3 months. Just enter in the promo code BLACK. And you can save an extra $500 off of the 3 months of the Delta Black portfolio, which has been very impressive indeed. Swinger DT portfolio up over 500%, maximum risk of 35.21%. Again, this includes going forward and over the last 3 months since we've implemented it, our Swing System 9.0, which trades the ES, and just does a Swing ESR in there. The Swinger, I think, was taken out because it hasn't been performing, or it was the reserve, or both. Those have not been performing, so we're weighting this portfolio now towards the outperforming systems, and that should be a more favorable mix. MapDT version 2.0 coming in at 500% return against 38% drawdown. DTS is actually the better portfolio here as well, up an astonishing 706%. So 2 of these would obviously be better than just the MapDT itself. 705% against, of course, a little bit more risk at 54.45%. Triple Threat Trader of almost 500% against 43.8% risk. Dual Day Trader, very popular portfolio, up an astounding. This is leader in terms of return, 850%. Obviously, some serious risk there, 85%. But as you can see, the average drawdown of these portfolios of the Dual Day Trader is really about $1,500. One can argue it did have that maximum risk of $4,500, but the average return, and here's another, or the average risk, running out of time, the Delta B, $28,000 portfolio, up 740%, astonishing, with less than 50% drawdown. Excuse me. With the maximum risk really at around, average risk really at around $6,000 to $7,000. So there you have it, the Delta C. You can just peruse these if you're interested. There's the Delta DT up 600%, 600% for the Delta DTS. Hope you guys are having a great week, and if we can be of any assistance, go to the website, chat with the support team live, or shoot us an email to admin@MiniAnalyst.com, and I'd love to have you in there. So let us know if you have any questions. Hope you guys have a great weekend.